So hello YouTubers. Today I'm back again on TechLoom to talk about the 3D LED clock. 3D LED clock. I think this is one of the most elegant and most distinguished LED clocks I'll review in this channel. And you will see the reason why in a moment. Okay, so this clock is actually a wall mount clock and also a clock you can mount on your desk depending on your setup and the function you want the clock to perform. This clock is an alarm clock, and this one comes with triple alarm settings. There are three alarms you can set on this 3D LED clock. So why don't we dive into this box and see what we have? Okay, I'll open it up. Of course, you can see this indicator shows you that it's a black background with a white display of number there. Okay, so I will just open it up and bring out the accessories. This is the typical USB connector with the plug there, typical of these clocks. But if you notice this one, this USB connector is it's kind of very long. It's longer than usual, like I think about 2 meters or thereabouts. You know why? Because this clock can be mounted on the wall, and sometimes the clocks are usually elevated on the wall to some certain distance. So mostly this clock is powered by 5 volts power source. So you fix it, then this wire goes 2 meters from your power source to the clock, and I think that's why the length of this is so long. Then of course we have the typical manual. I think you'll need this manual because there's a lot of stuff you need to learn from this manual. Then here comes the real thing, that is the 3D LED clock. This one comes with the black background and the white display inside, and if you look below it, you see it comes with a stand, something you can put it on the desk with. So now you get what I mean. Okay, so this stand, don't get me wrong, this stand is removable. I can just detach it and you can see it's now standing on its own, and it has a hook just there for you to mount it on the wall, maybe a nail on the wall, and you fix it there. Then it also has a provision for you to put your USB connector here. Then if you look behind it, you see one circle thing there with a notch in between. That is actually the battery compartment for a lithium battery. Yes, it has a lithium battery of CR2032. Yes, CR2032. Yes, these are common. Okay, I've opened it up so you can see what it looks like. I've popped the battery in a long time ago while I was test running the clock. Okay, so let me lock it back in place so that we can go on with the review. Okay, so that is the clock in essence. So I'll show you more closer projection of this clock, but let's just see if we can dive into the settings of the clock. Okay, now trying to fix this USB connector, you need to learn how to make it, seamless, or make it look neat. So when you plug it, there's a space there where you plug this. When you plug it into the place, you now set it to kind of move into this groove so that it will look neat, such that when you mount it on the wall, it looks something like this. And that thing will not be in the way. It will be so flat on the wall that everything will be okay. Okay, so now let's go straight to the settings of this clock. First of all, I need a 5-volt power source for us to do this right. So I'm going to connect it to my power source. I'm going to connect it to my laptop right now. Okay, so here we go. We have this. I hope the contrast is showing very well, but you can see it displaying the time. The time is about 12 midnight. Okay, this is about 12 midnight. So now to set the time, there are things you can set here. You can set the date, you can set the time, you can set the alarm clocks, alarm clock 1, alarm clock 2 and 3. Then you can set the display. There are displays where the display will be alternating between the date, the time, and the temperature, things like that. So that's the display, but let's concentrate on setting the time because that's the most important thing for now. Then with the alarm clock. So for setting of time, of course, you see there are 3 buttons here that you need to know about. One of them is a set button. Then the 2 other buttons are the plus and minus buttons there, just right there. Okay, then there's a hole there which does the reset. Of course, you need a little something to reset it. Okay, so let's go straight to the setting. So now you have to make sure for you to set the time, make sure the clock is on time. That is the timing, the current time. Then you press and hold the set button. When you press and hold the set button, you can see it's flashing. Then you press again, it now goes to the hour. You do your plus and minus and set that one. Then you press again, then it goes to the minutes. You do your plus and minus to do your settings. And that, when you press again, it goes back to default. So now we have done with setting the time. The next one we have to set now will be the date. Okay, so what you do first is to press the set button once, then it takes you to the date. Then when you get to the date, sorry, I have to circle back. So I'll press once. I'm on the dates now. So I'll press and hold the set button. Then it flashes. This time around, I need to set the dates. Of course, you press again to select the month, of which I can go my plus and minus. Then I'll press the set button again and I'll go to the day of the month. Then I can do my settings and that's it. Then press the set button again to lock it in. So we are done the time and the date. So again, if you want to do another setting, you click the set button. Now I am on the temperature. Of course, you don't set temperature. It takes the temperature by itself. This is the temperature of this room right now, 31 degrees Celsius. Okay, so I go to the next one. Now this one is the alarm. This is alarm 1. Okay, this thing you're seeing here, it means on. You can switch it off or switch it on. Okay, so let me navigate again to the alarm. I click, and click. Then alarm 1 now. I can hold it down, hold the set button down, then it beeps for setting of the alarm. Now I did set it on 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. Then I'll go again. I can set the minutes, but I left it on, then on this is 4:50, but I can set it on, for something. Okay, then I press set again. Then I'm done with alarm 1. Like if I press the set button again, it takes me to alarm 2, and I'll hold it down again and do the same thing. Then if I press it again, this alarm 3, then I can hold it down and do the same thing again, just where I set the first alarm. Then when I press the set button again, now it takes me back to the normal time. Okay, so this is the settings that you need to know about. Okay, so when you want to cycle between the displays, the display 1, display 2, display 3, display 4, then that's when you have to click on the up button. Okay, so when you click the up button, you are going to put it on displays that circles between the date, the time, and the month, things like that. So when you click on the up button, you do that, it will be flipping between the days and the time within some seconds and things like that. That's up button. Okay, that's it there. Okay, so this is the first display, that's the second display, and that's the third display. So I'm going back to the first display. Okay, that's the up button that we just clicked right now. So, and of course, you can make the clock to, sometimes you can see it circling between date, time, and some other stuff. After some seconds now, it will change. You can see it has changed. Okay, you can see the so that's the display. That's the first display, of which I can change it to the second. This is the second display. When I click only the up button, it has up and down button, just like for setting of other things. So that is about that. Okay, I think that's the much I can take for this video because it's getting too long. So I hope you like this clock. It looks so nice, and I think it looks better on the wall, when you fix it somewhere on the wall. I like the contrasting background, the black contrasting background there, which is so beautiful. Okay, so I want to welcome you again back to TechLoom. If you are coming here for the first time, I will encourage you to please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, just share the video to your friends, and please say something in the comment section, please. Okay, I appreciate that so much. Okay, so see you in the next video, and thank you for coming around. Subscribe if this is your first time. Then we'll see you in the next one. Cheers and bye.